All right. New patch means new data mine cards. Let us take a look. All right. First up, we got Galacta. 4/6. Each turn, the first card you play at another location reveals with +3 power. Now, the December cards have been um, under wraps for a while. Uh, and that's because we ended up getting confirmation pretty much that there was going to be a Marvel Rivals collaboration. And clearly, Second Dinner wanted to keep it out of the Datamine hands, keep it from getting into Datamine's hands close to December as possible. This looks like a season pass card if I had to bet. Obviously, there's some synergy with Galactus, um, being able to drop down with more power. You play her, and then Forge, and you already have Spider-Man down, and then just extra power for Galactus. Um, I don't know. It seems like an okay card. There's some other synergies, symbiote Spider-Man, Shaw, you name it, anything that wants power. Even something like a Brood, an Absorbing Man combo, really good. It does say the first card you played, not the first card here, so that wording makes it even better. It's going to be a good card, but it'll be something like a Gwenpool that I just don't know how much staying power it'll actually have. So we'll see. Next up, we got Rocket, Raccoon, and Root. That's a 3/3. You can move this once. After your opponent plays a card here, steal 1 power from it. Yeah, the Guardians have been in a tough spot for, a while. And cards like Storm and Jean Grey, they have never really helped the Guardians as much as you'd figure they would. And now the devs, they're moving away from lockdown. So it's tough. Yeah, I don't know. This looks okay, I guess. It depends on if it steals only 1 power or every time something is played there. If your opponent fills up a location, you can move it and then try and steal more power. That's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know, another mediocre Guardian that I didn't even know they were going to be doing. Taking existing cards and putting them together. Or, we've gotten like different variations on Spider-Man, right? Even the symbiote Spider-Man and the clone. But this is just literally taking 2 cards and putting them together. Or 2 characters. I don't know. Seems like we need more information. But speaking of alternate versions of other cards, we have Doom 2099, a 4/2 that after each turn, add a Doombot 2099 to a random location if you played exactly 1 card. So it's going to be for ramp decks or decks that just typically drop 1 card. You're not trying to play cheaper cards. That's going to bring value to a lot of 4 costs that have been at the wayside. So your Jones, your Rescue, your Captain Marvel, even Miss Marvel, things like that. It's going to be a really powerful tool for that. But the kicker is it's going to bring back Doom. I really hope that this stays like it is. We're not seeing a lot of cards that directly synergize. Really, I don't think we have any cards that directly synergize with another card in its text. But Doombots are 4/2s, or Doombot 2099s, with the ongoing of your other Doombots and Doom have +1 power. So that's Doombots, not Doombot 2099s, and Doom, not Doom 2099. So what I imagine is, based on this wording, you're going to play out Doom 2099. He's going to play many Doombot 2099s on the board, and random locations as you can, and then you're going to finish with Doom, who's going to obviously do the two Doom bots. You want to play Wong, probably for the double proc. You can even do like a Wong Mystique. If you played Patriot on 3, something like that. And then, anyways, your Doom and all Doom bots are going to have +1 power for every 20.99 on the board. So it's going to be, do we extend it with Magic? Do we try and get them out earlier? How do we play this? But that's going to be a fun card. Next up, we have another Marvel Rivals collaboration card in Luna Snow. I have no clue about Luna. Who's doing 3.99 either. But she's a 3/5. More and more, this is the stat line they're going with. On reveal, add an ice cube to each side of this location. Then the ice cube, at the start of each turn, get 1 plus 1 energy. Then destroy this if your side is full here. So, I'm going to add an ice cube to each location, and then it's a way to ramp. And as long as you don't fill that location, you are guaranteed that +1 power. So you want to play it where your opponent's filling and you're not. I don't know. Seems like a good ramp option. Solid. You do, I don't know. You do have that funny business of what if your opponent just stops playing there. So, I don't know. You can use cards like White Widow or Goblins to fill that location along with the cube. So that's probably the route I'm thinking. Then what are you going to use that extra energy on? I don't know. It's going to be tricky. Now this is, without a doubt, the worst card on the horizon. Bruce Banner, 2/1. When you end a turn with unspent energy, 25% chance to hull count. Now, there is no confirmation. Means no idea. Obviously, in my mind, I think, well, he's going to turn into a Hulk. 2/1 go to a 2/12 at some point. But we've all played games of Danger Room. 8 cards in the Danger Room, and nothing happens. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you'd ever play this card over literally any other 2-drop. That's I don't know. Maybe somebody else will figure out what you're supposed to do with that, because that ain't it. But getting into more exciting 2-drops, we have Iron Patriot. On reveal, add a random 4, 5, or 6 cost to your hand, and if you're winning here after next turn, give it -4 cost. You could literally have a free 4 cost or a 2-costed 6 cost. That's stellar, and especially with the next card that we're going to talk about in Victoria Hand. 2/3, ongoing, your cards created in your hand have +2 power. So that's going to go great with Tina, Olsen. I don't even remember what that agent cost agent card is, but you get the idea. Nick Fury. These cards are going to have +2 power that they generate. So that's going to create give that archetype a big boost. Right now, it's kind of just people spot those cards in here and there, but with the collector, the Dino, Moon Girl, you could really get a hand generation archetype going for real. It's something I'm very, very excited about. All right, talk about giving archetypes a big boost. We have Moonstone, 4/5, ongoing, has the ongoing effects of your 1, 2, and 3 class cards. Here, think about like Renslayer, Ant-Man, America, these cards that have phenomenal effects, and getting to double those up in a lane. This card's going to be very, very good. You'll probably find her splashed in, not just pigeonholed to ongoing decks only, but ongoing will get significant help from this card. All right, another big body. Uh, on reveal, Ares gets. Let me start off. Let me start that completely over. Ares is a 4/6 that on reveal. Compare the power of the top three cards of your deck. If your total is higher, plus three, excuse me, plus six power. Um, yeah. So if you got more power than your opponent in your next three cards, you get plus six power. That will pair very well with Surtur, um, because obviously you're going to have big bodies in the deck. And then I've been playing a lot of Black Panther, and when Black Panther drops down, his effect goes first. He gets 10 power, and then Surtur gets bumped up. So it's going to work the same. So I imagine that's a good home for him, or just anywhere where you have big bodies. All right, talk about it. Unique cards. We have Toxie Doxie, who's a 2/4. On reveal, draw a card. You can't play cards next turn. So my first thought is put her in High Evolutionary, or really with Sunspot, somewhere where you want that draw power and you don't mind floating that energy. Simple, straightforward. Uh, you won't see her played without Sunspot. You're not going to see her played with like Speed or something. It's going to be a High Evolutionary show. Gorgon, 2/3, ongoing. Your opponent's cards that didn't start in their deck, cost one more. Obviously, this is a anti-Airsham card because they don't want to do too much more to Airsham. That's fine. I think Airsham's in a pretty good spot. I don't mind him. I think he's a little overtuned, but I mean that's just the nature of randomness, right? You never know what's coming. But think of it like uh, Darkhawk's going to benefit from this card. Ronin's going to benefit from this card. Cards that pump stuff into your opponent's hand or deck. Um, so imagine you play this and then you play Black Widow. Your opponent is really going to hate you. And I've been seeing a lot of people playing Black Widow and Misery and Grandmaster and things like that. Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare for your opponent. But this also gives them the ability to start generating stuff to put into your opponent's hand. So excited for the design scape that this will bring. This is a bit of an interesting one. Penny Parker is a 2/3. On reveal, add Spider to your hand. When this merges, you get +1 energy next turn. Pairing that with something like the hand card from earlier, going to be really good. But even on her own, Penny Parker merging with Hulkbuster, Agony, things like that, getting their power +1 extra power. And then the Spider is a merge. 3/3 on reveal, merge with one of your other cards here. You can move that card next turn. You give her an extra 3 power plus the 1 power. Pretty good. All right, and then we have Bullseye, which Bullseye is my favorite card of the cards that have been data mined. So Bullseye is an activate, 4/5 activate. Discard all cards that cost one or less from your hand. Afflict that many different cards, enemy cards, with -2 power. So one of the things that I like to do is a Surfer discard deck. Love it. Um, Dawkin loves getting that power, plus real easy to discard the shards since things are there's a lot of 3-cost discard cards, and then now we have Scorn to give power over and over as you discard her. And with this card, you can Frigga, who's also a 3-cost, on the Dawkin. Then you can play the copied Dawkin plus Grandmaster, and then you can use Bullseye to discard all the shards and Scorn and just nuke your opponent's board. That with Gambit, I mean, this is going to be an excellent card. Um, it'll work in traditional discard with the APOC and whatnot. Um, but it being an activate is just really the chef's kiss to this. It's my most look forward to card. It's probably gonna be the last card in like January or something, so I probably have forever to wait on it. But I like this so much better than the BS that it had been forever. Something with 2-cost cards, destroying them or something. Nah, I like this better. Yeah, it's gonna be one of my most played cards. I'm going to make an Ajax deck that fucking slaps. I love it. I love it. So, anyways, let me know in the comments which cards you're looking most forward to, and if you don't mind, trying to raise my numbers. So if you could like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, appreciate it.